Welcome everybody to Young Composer Reacts to Billie Eilish, Billie Bossa Nova live acoustic. Let's do this. I wanted to make a video today. This is my sign, and let's get right into it, frankly.
Love when it comes without a warning, 'cause waiting for it gets so boring. A lot can change in 20 seconds. A lot can happen in the dark. Love when it makes you lose your bearings. Some information's not for sharing. There's different names at hotel check-ins. It's hard to stop it once it starts. It starts.
First of all, I love Finneas' style. I love his clothes in that one. I was looking around for a pen to take notes, but screw it. Let's just do it off the top of the brain. It's not that hard. I like how he plays guitar on that one. I really do. On the original, he uses a electric guitar with a bit of reverb. Actually, controversial opinion maybe, but I don't really like Finneas' guitar tone typically on Billie's albums. Feels cheap, feels like he's going straight in and using some kind of, plugins directly into Logic or something like that, which I've done before, and it's fun to do, and it's very convenient, but I just don't like it. I don't like the way he makes it sound and the way the engineer maybe makes it sound. But I always like, however, when he plays acoustic. I think that's some of the most, poignant Billie and Finneas moments, and I think that highlights Billie's voice in quite a good way. And I think he's a good player in general. He plays guitar well. I just don't like some of the tones that they use on the albums. And for this specific song, because it's a bossa nova and all that stuff, the rhythm of it is actually quite important. So here he does the same thing he does on the album. Plays, hits the strings with his thumb in this back and forth motion like that, where he plays the chords, then does this percussive motion, gives it a little bit of rhythm, gives Billie a better sense of timing, I guess, to sing her verses. And it's just, yeah, a very nice way to play guitar that, I don't know, it's not that flashy stuff with guitar solos and improvisation and all that stuff, Jimi Hendrix style or anything like that. It's very unplugged, it's very natural, it's very like beginner friendly, but it's a great skill to master, and I'm glad they go for this kind of thing. Billie, as always, effortless, the little mannerisms and facial expressions to maybe amplify or modify the tone of certain notes and all that. Just, yeah, great so far.
I'm not sentimental, but there's something about the way you look tonight. It makes me wanna take a picture, make a movie with you that we'd have to hide. You better lock your phone and look at me when you're alone. Won't take a lot to get you going. I'm sorry if it's torture though. I know it might be more of an obsession. You really make a strong impression.
Okay, I love the cracks in her voice. I love how she rolls with them. Billie actually had a pretty bad case of the virus recently, and had a cold when she was on SNL and all that stuff. So it's not really unexpected to see her voice do weird new things compared to what it was like before, I guess. I don't know if that's what it is at all. Cracks just happen regardless of your condition, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting to note. And she just rolls with them. She doesn't lose her composure. She just keeps going. Cracking is actually not a bad thing in singing at all. And if you want to be a great singer, if you want to master some techniques like screaming and all that stuff, and if you want to have a strong connection between your chest voice and your higher head registry, you need to be able to go into cracks and all that stuff and understand the different vocal registries and all that stuff. And she just it cracks, but it's not an issue at all. I really like that. I really like what Finneas does. I really like how low his voice is compared to hers. When you just have a guitar and two people singing, you might want to, have the second voice a little louder than they have it right now. So I appreciate that they go for this pretty strong decision here of turning him down. And I love the notes he goes for. Those two are just great at harmonizing. I don't think that needs to be proven anymore at this point. I like how he goes into, well, I just mentioned vocal registries. He goes into his falsetto here, his head voice, like very light, airy style, and Harry Styles. I love that stuff.
Nobody saw me in the lobby, and nobody saw me in your arms. I'm not sentimental, but there's something about the way you look tonight, and it makes me wanna make 'em jealous. I'm the only one does it how you like. You better lock your phone and look at me when you're alone. Won't take a lot to get you going. I'm sorry if it's torture though. I know. You better lock your door and look at me a little more. We both know I'm worth waiting for. That heavy breathing on the floor. I'm yours, I'm yours, I'm yours. Na, na, na,
Very, very interesting. Wow. That's very strange. I love the way Phineas, blows air into his cheeks at the end there. Like he's holding it in. It's very strange. I've never seen people whistle like that. And he has like such a round um, opening in his mouth. Like when I whistle, I go like this. And just only one side of the mouth open. I can't actually do it with the other side. I've been trying to. Nobody cares. Okay. Is this a mess up? Did she forget the lyrics and make up some new lyrics on the spot? What is this? Was that planned? She looked goofy. She looked like she was messing up. And she was just rolling with it and continuing the thing. I was about to say, how hard is this? Like, wow, this is pretty tough. Because I need to remind you guys, this is live. Like, yeah, sure, they can do as many takes as they want and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they need a one take of the whole thing. They don't do edits. I very much doubt that. They just, when they do these kind of acoustic performances like that, they just go all the way through. And if it's just, one guitar player and one singer, it's kind of hard. But Phineas's role is quite a bit here. It's quite important. And if he gets a lyric wrong or a background run or something like that, they have to start all over again, They don't really keep mistakes in those performances like that. So I was just thinking that's pretty impressive because he goes quite high. From looking at the guitar, I think this song is in G minor, and so he's singing some high C's, C5s. That's not bad. That's not a super easy note to reliably do like that as a background singer who has to focus on the guitar playing as well, and you're sitting down and all that stuff. And I love the way Billie controls the mic and the sound of the mic with space. Like we've talked about this before. She pulls away and she pulls back in and all that stuff. A great way of controlling EQ when you sing, and obviously volume. But it's so like she's so good at it. I can't even tell. With the right amount of compression they put on the mic and stuff. If I couldn't watch her, I wouldn't imagine that she's doing things like these all the time and stuff. The volume stays very professional and consistent because she knows what she's doing. I haven't really watched, but I assume like they have in-ears and all that stuff, so they hear the volume in real time. And you do this every day and you get accustomed to how your mic sounds with your personal voice. I think she messed up, you know. I think she said door instead of phone and all that stuff, and then she was, you know, just rolling with it, which is incredible, super impressive, and like, you know, it's not groundbreaking. It's not like, oh my god, she's a freestyle goddess or anything like that. But who does that though? You know, who in the mainstream celebrities just like rolls with mistakes like that? I I don't know. This seems very planned. Like when Finneas started whistling, the camera pan to him and all that stuff suggests that this has been a thing they've done. They've planned. You know what I mean? So it could be alternate lyrics that they decided on, but the look on their faces and the way that she wasn't, you can't, when you're messing up and you're making something up on a spot like that, it's very hard to be super confident with it. You know, you're grasping for air, gasping for air. I guess you're trying to come up with something to save your behind, and it's not easy to do it with a straight face. And she was definitely like, I think she messed up and she saved the day. I could be wrong about that. Anyhow, another great performance by those two. I hope you guys had a good time watching, and I'll catch you later for more. Bye bye.